So basically I've cooked my muscles just right with the 5x5. I could do another set, but like I really don't think I could hold techniques throughout that set. So I'm going to drop the weight down a little. I'm going to do an incline, so it's slightly different angle, different stimulus, less chance of injury if you do a variation as different as that rather than a flat bench. I was doing 110 there. I'll drop about 80 kilo. I'll still be doing out 5s. If I can get 6, I'll get 6. We'll see how we go. And yeah, after that, that's my pressing movements done. But, all right, I'm going to go for 6s. I haven't inclined, especially after like a pretty decent flat bench session in a while. So I'll be doing a pretty big arch and giving it everything I got. And I'm going to try and perform at least 6 reps. Calculation's a little off. I'll drop down and I'm going to do 70. So there's 2 reasons why I sort of missed that calculation. One is because, like, the reason we all tell ourselves it's a variation. Yeah, I usually do it on like a fixed incline bench. This is a different rack and it's on a slightly different angle. It's probably more steep and it makes us feel better about myself, or it makes me do anyway. Another reason that, you know, is underlooked, just not strong enough. So, you know, potentially work up to that weight, do this for a couple of weeks, come back to it. But there's no point in just burning out because I'll just use all my energy. The idea of doing like a 5 set workout, yeah? So you got 10 energy bars. You use 2 or 3 so you can perform, like, you know, at the end of your workout. You still got 1 or 2 energy bars left for your last exercise. You use all your energy bars. Like, if I use 5 energy bars trying to do 5x5 on 80 incline, my other exercises are going to suffer and I'm just not going to be as well-rounded as I would be if I drop the weight on this. I'm going to be working out for like about 90 minutes today. If it was like a 40-minute session or something like that, I could do that, get that out of the way, and then just do bodybuilding. But yes, I'm in the gym for an hour and a half. I want to perform at, you know, a certain level for an hour and a half, and that's what I'm going to do. I want to hit triceps. I want to isolate triceps. I want something strength-based rather than hypertrophy. Like, my triceps are already quite big, so it's time to like condition them. So I'll be doing a close grip JM style press. I haven't seen many people do this exercise, but my joints allow me to be flexible enough to do it without injuring myself, especially when my elbows are feeling good, which they are now. I'm going to also be doing these on the incline because doing bench in a rack, I don't want to be adjusting the hooks and the spotters every single set. Set them up once, set them up right. Yeah, I'm just being lazy, really. Can't be bothered setting up again. So I've done all my strength exercises. I'm going to do 2 more hypertrophy exercises. Next up on my selection will be dips with this bar. I'm going to be doing 10s. I love dips, especially later in the workout, because you can change the intensity as to how tired you are. I'll give you an example. I'm sort of tired now, but like on a good day, I can smash out 10 dips really easily. However, after, you know, 3 vigorous exercises and after like slow reps, 10 becomes really hard. If 10 becomes too hard, if I can only pull 8, then I can just move the tempo a bit faster. You know, I can not crash down, but I can just go down a little bit faster than I usually go. Then that way, that 10 dips, you know, it's gone from being a walk in the park to all of a sudden building muscle. So that's what the idea is. It's a hypertrophy exercise mainly for triceps and chest. So I know I said I'm going to do 1 tricep, 1 chest, but I'm going to knock them both off with these dips, and I'm going to play around with maybe some small dumbbells, maybe some cables after this. So I'm going to do 5 sets. I don't like doing giant reps and dips because your form gets sloppy and you get so caught up on doing 20 and 30, and whenever I've done that, my elbow hurts, my wrist hurts. Whereas, yeah, like I said, if I just keep it to 10 reps, there's variations. I can do weighted, I can pause, I can go super deep as humanly possible. And that stimulates me just as much as doing 30 dips, if not more. So that's what I'm going to do. So it doesn't really matter which way I do it. I'm just doing this because it's a better camera angle, a little bit to show off, but mainly for the camera angle. Does it work? Maybe it works some head of the pec slightly more than the other, but I wouldn't get too caught up on it. A dip is a dip. I love on the last rev of a dip, always do it pretty much every rep instead of just banging it out and falling down. A nice, smooth, controlled eccentric. I put myself on an angle. I'm just guessing, but it's roughly about 30 degrees. Reason being, when I'm entirely upright, reason being, when I'm entirely upright, my elbows and shoulders just, I start to get these little niggles. Whereas when I'm slightly leaning forward, more pressure on the chest, but less on the joints. So just found that way to work best for me.